Nice, David, again. And I wanted to get this on record too, and this is just another thought in relation to acts of God and things that God does that God doesn't necessarily prevent, and how we should deal with those sorts of things. So, like, for example, God didn't prevent 9/11, and he hasn't prevented different forms of warfare or different things throughout history. So sometimes God may utterly and entirely destroy evil and wicked men and women, or he may utterly and entirely destroy the devil himself. And so God doesn't necessarily prevent certain things, but if we continue warring perfect warfare, we can move beyond some of those imperfections or perceived imperfections, because time has the tendency to heal all wounds. And so, with time, God can heal things, but sometimes it just takes an extended period of time. And so, in the scriptures, we learn that, sometimes God destroys entire cities, because there's, they ripen in evil and iniquity and wickedness, and God, for whatever reason, just does things that are kind of inexplainable. We may not be able to explain why God does what he does, but he does do things. And the Messiah is in all the details of all of the acts of God that have occurred throughout all human history. And the devil's in the details too. The devil's there if you look for him, and the Messiah's there too if you look for him. And the good news is, with time and with patience and as we contemplate the heights and depths of God's purposes, we can make it through some of the shallow warfare that the devil wars on a daily basis. We have to kind of move beyond some of the shallow thinking and some of the shallow meditation and some of the shallow warfare that is being warred by the devil and that has been warred by the devil for at least the last 31 years and perhaps many, many, many years prior to where we're at currently. But as we war better and as we war more perfectly with the devil, our warfare doesn't need to always be inefficient, ineffective, and miserable warfare. It can become irresistibly magical, wonderful, fun, and playful. But you really have to be pure. You have to choose to be pure in your motivation for your warfare and choose to be square with God, meaning that between you and him, you say to yourself, for God, I'm going to be this type of person, and I'm going to learn to war a perfect warfare because that's what God expects of me. And when we understand that perfect warfare is approved of God, perfect warfare with the devil is approved of God, then that should influence all of our warfare, and it should influence our attitude on life and how we approach our warfare with others as well. In particular, especially with the devil, but sometimes with others as well, when people choose to be the devil or choose to become like the devil in their evil and wickedness, or in their tendency towards evil and wickedness. So anyhow, those are some additional thoughts on warfare, perfect warfare with the devil, and I just wanted to get those on video, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, good night.